Hey guys, heading out from my house. Almost forgot the rainbow was inside. Opened up the window and got him out here. Good cat. But yeah, I was in a bit of a rush. Trying to get to Union Station in half an hour-ish. Taking the bike share down. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the zoo today. Yeah. And gonna get on the GO train. Hopefully I'll be able to meet up with Adam and Don on the train. You know, they're gonna get on at the Danforth station. And seems like they're gonna make it. Yeah. Crazy stuff going on with the train. Gonna be lots of construction delays in the upcoming weeks. But today everything was fine. Got some hand sanitizer by accident, but that's alright. And yeah, we went over to Rouge Hill Station. Had a quick look at the lake before we go over to the other side of the station where we're gonna take the 85A bus up. Yeah, don't forget to load our Presto card and stole a TTC ride. Well, yeah, you know, it happens. The bus driver didn't seem like he cared. And I mean, come on, who hasn't been there before? Something gets messed up. Presto card, the system's a bit shit. Like, she added funds to it, and it takes 4 hours for the funds to actually show up in your account. So, I don't know. But anyways, the zoo! Yeah, it is off season now. So after tax, it comes to $25. And yeah, we're gonna see if is it worth it to go see the zoo? I feel like I was here as a kid. I kind of remember like running around the play area in a zoo, but I don't know if it was the Toronto Zoo. So I'm kind of like looking out for where that structure might have been. And it kind of sucks. All the outdoor water fountains are turned off or broken. Probably just turned off. There's a number of displays that are just closed, but still, there are some animals around. I feel like, kind of felt like 15 to 20% of the displays were closed. But yeah, that like warthog looking thing apparently is more related to a hippo than a pig. Here's a one-horned rhino. I guess this was its indoor enclosure, which you're allowed to just walk around in. But the rhino was outside, so I came back out and looked at it. Pretty derpy rhino. That's cool though. Doing his rhino thing. Kinda lonely though. At this point we had only seen animals, like a single animal in the enclosure, so kinda sad to look at them. Like this toucan. I looked at it for a while and it didn't move at all, and I was like, that's just a fake toucan, right? It's like stuffed. Like it's not even moving, like it's like an inanimate object. But yeah, it eventually moved slightly, so I guess it was real. Pretty depressed looking monkey over here. All alone. A lonely monkey. And they have some displays. Little turtle. Actually, like a couple turtles. Maybe those were tortoises. And like a lizard, and there's a newt at the bottom. Interesting. They're hard to picture because a lot of glare on the glass here. And lots of kids trying to get a look at whatever you're looking at. So, yeah, that snake was neat. Snake moving around. Pretty nice enclosure for these turtles. Like, yeah. And over here, I guess there's a zookeeper starting to spread food around for an orangutan. And we're all kind of waiting for the orangutan to come back into the area. But it took too long. So, we're just heading out. And there's a tiger having a nap in their zone. The walkway like kind of loops around to it. So, got a couple different views of the tiger just laying there. Sometimes it looked around, but mostly it just laid there. So now we're in the Africa zone. Yeah. Here's the, what is this, the red-eared hog or something like that. Red-haired hog? Red River hog. Cool. Yeah, weird ears. We kind of body shamed these hogs, but they were neat to look at. And then the giraffes. Wow. Just like The Last of Us. There's giraffes in The Last of Us, that video game. Yeah, they're looking pretty cool. To be honest, I kind of imagined that giraffes were bigger. Like on TV, they show them next to cars and stuff, so they look pretty big. Maybe without a car next to it, I don't know how big it is. I'm just like, yeah, you know, that looks like three guys standing on each other's shoulders would be about the same height as a giraffe. But yeah, neat to see this one like walking around so much. And then here's the actual warthogs. We've seen a few hog-esque animals so far, but yeah, the real warthog doing its thing. And then over here, a pool of hippos. Yeah, the two hippos here were pretty cool. Apparently this is the most deadly creature on Earth. Like, people don't think that hippos are violent, but hippos are strong and apparently will kill you. But look at them, they're so chill, they're just hanging out in a puddle. They don't even care. So yeah. Keep on going on here. I think these were the gazelle. It was a pretty big enclosure, so this kind of loop around it, and there's a few other displays like next to it. Might look back at the gazelles apparently, like every now and again, to get a good view of something. Oh yeah, these guys were cool. The great white rhinos, I'm pretty sure. Different from the one-horn rhinos, as you can see they have two horns. And yeah. They actually like butted heads a little bit. So that was cool to see. Maybe they're bored. It probably gets boring being in a zoo. But yeah, they seem like they're friends. And we took a break, had a little bit of our picnic lunch, ate some sandwiches, tasty stuff, and yeah, back at looking at things. Yeah, the jaguars, I'm pretty sure these guys were just laying around. It feels like that enclosure couldn't contain them. Like if they wanted to get out, they would just jump out. The zebras. Yeah, zebras are pretty cool. Yeah, just eating grass. And then the baboons. The baboons have a nice enclosure. Like, yeah. Watching them groom each other, kind of funny. Just like a human. Eat that bug off that guy. Yum. So yeah, down here we're looking for some lions. And there they are. Like pretty much every other big cat so far. Just lying down. Lazing about. You can see them a little bit from the outside too, but you know, they're not doing anything. Pretty sure this was another gazelle. That or an antelope. Okay, it was an antelope. Interesting. A hyena? Yeah, these guys were cattle. I'm gonna show it on the sign. And a Kowakatishi cattle. Now we're going for a bit of a walk over to the Canadian domain. There's some wildebeest here. The tour bus like went by and said that wildebeest have an adaptation to smell water. And I feel like we have that too. Like, I don't know, I just feel like we can smell water. And yeah, the Canadian domain is down this hill. And the first thing we're seeing is raccoons. You know, I guess if you're not from Canada and your raccoons aren't like this, it's probably pretty interesting. Although it is kind of fun. What can I say? I like seeing the raccoons. Even in the zoo, it's a little bit like, huh, they're just out there walking around, eh? Although I did just see a raccoon like 2 days ago when Rainbow was hanging out my window. Yeah, and the bison. Yeah. Neat. Further along here, there's nothing in there. And yeah, a little bison info for you. Pretty sure this was the grizzly bear. Yeah, that's what the sign says, grizzly bear. Hanging out behind that log. Pretty freaky looking, like, yeah, I definitely would not want to be too close to that in the wild. If I was ever camping and that, like, was by my tent, I'd be like, well, I guess it's over for me. A grizzly bear is gonna maul me to death and then back his ass into a body of water to enjoy his time. Cool. Neat to see animals do things. So, yeah, everything else after the grizzly bear, like to the south, was closed. So we didn't get to see any moose or bobcats or whatever else was there. And it turns out the shuttle bus doesn't go down that hill, so we had to walk all the way up the hill. That was a bit of a pain. Kind of like, oh god, hill. Ooh. Yeah. Here's a bunch of penguins. I think they might be indoor kind of forever because of the bird flu going around. A lot of the birds are in isolation or whatever. Since, you know, they don't want whatever's going around this year apparently. And the gorilla climbing zone. They want to build one of these kind of things at Ontario Place, which could be kind of cool, as long as it's not too big. It's kind of neat, it's right next to the actual gorilla zone. And they were in there, but they moved out. And into this indoor gorilla zone, I guess. Pretty neat to see them hanging out. It seems like they have like 5 or 6 gorillas. Only one of them was from the wild. Oh yeah, the charge. That was cool. And one of them's been here since, or was like born in the 70s, I want to say. Pretty old gorilla. Yeah, that tiny tortoise, spider tortoise, critically endangered. Yeah. So in the gorilla main building, there's a bunch of other small displays like there were in the other one, so kind of just rushing through a little bit here, you know. Fish, they're cool and all, but yeah, you guys get it. Lizards, mole rats, chameleons, yeah. The gorilla pavilion kind of has a lot of neat stuff in it. This lungfish, kind of gross. I feel sad for this fish. It's such a small enclosure for what it is. And yeah, I think these are Silcana tortoises. Pretty nice to see some turtle action, or tortoise action. And they also had some pygmy hippopotamus, which were just like mini hippos, I guess. And there was an Aldabra tortoise over here, but looking pretty down. And that family really liked to look at it, so I didn't stick around. And that bird was cool. Cool bird here. I think it sort of shares an enclosure with the lemurs. They're all just lazing around up there. So yeah, Africa Rainforest Pavilion, pretty nice. We keep on going over to one of the next zones. There's a river otter chilling, and we went into this pavilion. I was hoping to see a sloth in here somewhere. So, just keep on going around. Guy feeding birds. Oh yeah, and these monkeys? These monkeys were cool. I don't know if they're actually monkeys, but whatever these things are, you're like hopping around and doing shit, like yeah. This is some zoo action. This is what I'm paying for. See a cute monkey jump around and like do its thing. Look at that guy. And there was another enclosure with like a bunch of them in it. The gold lion to Marillion? Oh yeah. Sorry, I kind of flashed that too fast. You can pause it if you want to know their names. Like the river stingray. Oh, and I like to see their incubation center for the turtles and tortoises. This is kind of a neat enclosure. It's just like a rubber tub, but it has this slanted wall that they can climb up with the egg crate diffuser. Kind of cool. And yeah, I don't know. It's just neat, giving them the options of being in the water, or if they want, they can climb out, get warm under the heat lamp. Yeah, nice. And this looks like a caiman. Didn't see the sign, but pretty sure that was a caiman. And after all that, we didn't see any sloth. So yeah, we're let down again. So we go into the Arctic zone. As a reminder, don't litter, guys. Lots of plastic waste. And yeah, this is the underwater polar bear viewing zone, but the polar bear is not here. We went to the above ground area and didn't see him either. Next to the polar bear is the Arctic wolves pack. I'm like, wow, pretty neat to see that. And then turns out the polar bear was just in the back of its area, like doing a little dance. Like, I kind of was doing that for a while. Doing it for so long that I was like, does this bear have neurological issues? Maybe. But it looks like he's doing a dance. So yeah. Coming across the caribou. Again, this caribou is walking along the fence. You can see a dirt path where it's worn out all the grass from just walking back and forth for hours, I assume. All the other caribou are chill, so I don't know what this one's problem is. Kind of putting on a show for us, but at the same time, I'm like, does this caribou have brain fungus? Capybara, they're retired. No capybaras today. Here's a leopard just chilling out here. I think it raised its head at one point and I missed it. I didn't film it. But yeah. Kind of neat to go through here. Do a little walk underneath this waterfall. Caribou still walking back and forth. And yeah, we're getting pretty close to closing time. The zoo closes at 4:30, but seems like we're gonna have enough time to see everything. And it turns out there's actually a lot of wolves in the Arctic wolf pack. Like, damn. Maybe now that it's getting a little bit later, it's time for them to be active. To the Eurasia wilds. Wasn't sure what these guys were, but I guess they're like goat related. Mouflon? Yeah. Wild. And another tiger laying there. We wanted to see red pandas, but no red pandas. Apparently they don't like it when it's hot or cold or too humid or too dry. So they spend most of their time inside. And yeah, the camels. Camels are kind of nasty. But you know, now that I'm thinking about it, when I was a kid, I do remember seeing camels. And they kind of look like that. Over here, some bald eagles. I don't know if they're bald eagles. Some eagles or falcons of some kind. Cool. It moved its wing. Yeah. Some more goats. Might be behind the original enclosure when we entered this zone. Definitely lots of goats. And saw a snow leopard. And it started walking around. Pretty sure that's a snow leopard. Again, I didn't look at the sign for this, but I'm like, yep. Whitish colored spots. Leopard. Yeah. Went to the side and you can see it a little bit more. Whew. Now we're going to the Australasia pavilion. And it's after 4, so we're like, oh man, this is the last pavilion that we gotta check out. And well, I've seen pretty much the whole zoo. At least, you know, the stuff that was open today. It's neat to see this coral tank, where I think most of this is real coral. Apparently it's really hard to grow real coral in an aquarium. And yeah, there's a kimono dragon in here. I didn't see it right away, but it's actually on the screen right now. It was underneath that log. Cool. But it wasn't moving, so a little bit boring. There's a wombat. Some snake neck turtles. Yeah. Would have been neat to see them doing some snake neck stuff, but they were just hanging out, not moving. See these Fly River Terrapin? They get it, you know? Now that's some action. So when we were in there, we did hear the announcement that the zoo was now closed. It's after 4:30, and seems like people are just rambling their way out of here. There wasn't like a security force being like, alright guys, get the F out of here. Although, maybe there was and they just started far away from us. But yeah, there's the 85A there right now. And it left without even stopping at the stop. We're like, dang. I guess, you know, it's not like they're following a specific schedule. That kind of sucks. Apparently the next bus was supposed to come in 9 minutes, but we got on the one that was like 3 minutes. And it turns out we should not have done that, since it was going west to Don Mill Station. We wanted to go mostly south back to Rouge Hill Go Station. So, I don't know. We wound up figuring it out and getting off at a different bus, and then transferring onto another bus, and now we're over at Guildwood Station. And, you know, a little bit of an extra hassle, but we mostly made it. We bought the day passes, so it's kind of like might as well continue to take the GO train. And the GO train's just kind of nicer than being on a bus for like an hour. Yeah. Kind of fell asleep on the GO train, I think. I like almost dropped my bag. So yeah, Adam and Don getting off at the Danforth station. I decided I wanted to just go home. Like, maybe we could have hung out some more, but I'm feeling pretty tired, you know. Stayed up kind of late last night and definitely did a lot of walking at the zoo. So yeah, just took the train in to Union. That's Cherry Street right there. Kind of neat to see all the stuff going on. Lots of developments. Not sure what they're gonna build here. I think that was Parliament Street. But anyways, I decided I would take the TTC, or at least the subway, home from here. Since I already tapped on the buses and there's the 2-hour transfer window, I should be able to get on for free here. And the big concourse is looking like it's almost finished. It's very mall-like. Yeah, they turned the concourse into a mall pretty much. And this glass roof is nice. Nice that that's finally done and there's no construction stuff everywhere. Anyways, yeah, Union Station. Don't really go there that often anymore. And yeah, took the train up to St. George, and I figured this would be a good place to get off as Bathurst. You know, it's nice. St. George has bike lanes, so just take that down and then over along Harvard for a bit. It's a little bit nicer than going on Bathurst or Palmerston, since Palmerston doesn't have bike lanes for that section. Yeah. What a long day, guys, eh? And it's not even over yet. Notice the moon. Moon's looking pretty nice. And Rainbow is still out in the back. It's a little bit late for him, but, you know, he's chill here. Give him a pet. And since it's so warm, I figured I'd invite him in to hang out. You know, I could leave my window open for when he's gotta go later. But he didn't come in. I ate the last of my chicken from Good Foods, and yeah, my office chair started to crack one of the legs of it. I was like, maybe if I splint it with some butter knives and tape, that would be fine. But it broke anyways. Yeah, maybe I can epoxy this back together or something. I don't know. I'm still sitting on it right now. And I thought about doing some Uber after midnight, but when I went out, it was raining. Nothing crazy, but I don't really want to bring my new bike out in the rain. So, that's it, guys.